Good evening, Gaviers, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Let me start with a quick question. Please answer in your head and not out loud. Do you have a hobby or another class that you claim is a hobby? Because there's a difference, right? A hobby is something you wander upon in a boring afternoon, whereas a class is something on a timetable with a teacher with fees and your mother asking if you practice. Both of them are fine, but only one came from the blank slate, which happens to be my speech's title. So that's a speech title, okay, sir. So, blank slate isn't just a fancy phrase. Think about a blank page. It's empty, right? But an emptiness is what makes it special. It's the only thing you can write something new on. A already filled page has no ideal place for a new idea, whereas a blank page has room for a lot. So let's feel this. For 5 seconds, don't do anything. Don't talk, don't hum a song inside your head. Just sit there. That was hard, right? I bet some of your legs would have already started bouncing. But that's fine. That's exactly the point. The point is, you just met your own blank page. And your brain tried to immediately fill it. So, the human brain's version of this blank slate is more commonly known as boredom. Something we think is a waste of 10 minutes. Something to kill, something to escape. But it's not. It's just your brain's way of quietly working things out in the background, connecting things, figuring out ideas you never asked for. I'm not just saying this to sound deep. Researchers even studied this. They took 2 groups. One group had to copy numbers of a phone book, whereas the other group immediately proceeded to the final task, which was to come up with as many creative uses as you could for a plastic cup. Guess which group won? Any of you?
The second group.
The first group won, which was forced to copy numbers from a phone book easily. You know why? Well, copying numbers of a phone book doesn't require much brain power. So their brains in the background decided to start connecting ideas and started working in the background. So by the time the cup's question even came around, their brain was warmed up and loose. So even Steve Jobs said this, the creator of the iPhone. He decided that he was very famous for being very strict about device usage in their home. Can you imagine it? The person who made the thing didn't allow for it to sit on the table. You know why? Because he knew that a device was great at giving you content, but not terrible at giving you space. He didn't think devices were evil. He just thought that phones gave people a full brain. And people with an empty brain managed to make ideas that were new and better. grasp from this? Anyone? Anyone? What can you grasp from this? No one? Okay. We can grasp from this that boredom is not something that you have to solve. Sometimes you can just let it be there. Let it get a little uncomfortable, a little weird. Because you don't have to fill every bit of free time that you have with devices, TV, or anything in general. You can try to sit still. But I'm not telling you to go stare at a wall on your weekends and just sit there and be bored. I'm just telling you to take a little time off sometimes to regroup and to get away from the devices that are phones and even TVs at some points. Boredom is something that's really misunderstood by us. Boredom can actually lead to some new ideas, but I'm not saying that it's a really good thing for you to be bored. Boredom can sometimes just be boring. So can any of you give a personal anecdote where you were bored but didn't do anything?
I had to sit, the current went off and I just had to sit there in the dark.
Well, lucky for you, my next film actually had it. I actually saw a TV series where there was a boy named Alex. So this Alex had his town hit by a hurricane. That hurricane cut off electricity for 2 weeks. Day 1, he just started staring at the ceiling, bored out of his mind. Day 2, he decided to rearrange his room, which some people don't like to do, like me. Day 3, he decided to go to the garage and pick up an unused, dusty guitar. Why? Anyone?
To develop a
I was
hobby.
bored.
Because there was nothing else to do, of course. So, you don't have to always use devices. Hobbies are things that just spawn out of nowhere, something that gets you intrigued on a boring afternoon, which we can see from this Alex person who just picked up a guitar randomly out of nowhere and decided to start messing with it. Why? Because there was nothing else to do. So now, I'm not telling everyone to just experience little boredom, but try not to strive away from always filling your time with something. So the next time you get a little free gap in between a boring car ride or a boring Sunday, you can just try not to reach for the screen, but just sit there. So, thank you.
Your speech was amazing. Whenever I used to be bored, I used to only watch devices. But from now on, I will just sit simply. The last and final speaker for today is Havish. He is in grade 10 studying in Hindu Senior Secondary School. His hobbies are to play keyboard, write stories and not doing anything. His thoughts on the team are Jason. I request his evaluator to read out this. Okay. First of all, Havish, your objectives are to develop an entertaining dramatic talk about an experience or an incident, include vivid imagery, characters and dialogue, deliver the talk in an entertaining manner. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. Gabriel Havish, 3 little idiots, Gabriel Havish.
Excuse me, guys.
Before I get started, guys, I will be very honest with you all. Until just a few minutes ago, I didn't prepare my script at all, and I prepared it right on time. So if you find anything not good, forgive me, guys. Okay? So before I start my speech, can you all raise your hand if you ever fed a stray cat or a stray dog? If you ever fed a stray cat or a stray dog, you all have. Good, goodie for you. Okay, and after feeding, did the dog or cat become your pet? It has?
Yeah.
It has? Yeah, finally. So this happened the same to me also, okay? It was a fine day, January of this year, okay? So when a random mother cat abandoned their 4 little kittens in a house and just flew off. It walked off, but it's good to say flew off, okay? It was nowhere to be found. So I woke up on Sunday hearing the extreme ruckus of meow, 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 okay? So it was keep on screeching from a back door of our house. I couldn't even sleep or wink on Sunday more than 7 o'clock. I started investigating. No, I have seen this kitten, bathing and feeding I've seen the mother bathing and feeding the kittens in the terrace a lot of times. But suddenly the mother was not to be found. I searched for the mother, but it was just not there. So one fine night, I called my parents and I went and just fed the 4 kittens. That's when I realized I started one of the most biggest mistake of my life. Let me explain. Okay, we fed all the 4 kittens and we named it. Me, my brother, my father, and my mother named one each. My mother named the shortest one named Kutta, which means small in Malayalam. She's not a Malayali, but still she named it. I named another cat, which is very fast Flash, because Avengers, okay, not Avengers, DC. And my brother named another very fat kitten Gunda, which means fat in Tamil, you all know that. And then finally my dad named another female kitten Lakshmi, because she's a female, it is a female. Okay, so then this cute little family joined us in our 4-member family, along with all the other families in our entire colony. See, our colony is filled with members. It hosts 7 whole apartments, and all 7 of them grew very close to the kittens. Okay, so these kittens are very attractive. Whenever I go to school, they would come and rub my shoes and they would lick my shoes. I felt like a British officer, telling Gandhi to lick my shoe. Okay, I felt the same way when I saw this kitten licking my shoe. Okay, lucky me, I had march pass at the time, and then my shoes were very dirty and was polished clean. Thanks to those kittens. Okay, so this would happen every single day when I came back from school. It will again come and lick my shoe, polish it, fresh and new. And then all 4 of the kittens, Lakshmi never came near me. I don't know why. Lakshmi, she's a very cute kitten. Okay, Flash, it just ran. Gunda would come for me for snacks, and then Kutta is very attractive to me. Yet I like Gunda the most because it's, whatever I feel it, Gunda is the first one to come and investigate. You give biscuits, oh my god. You give even Kira to eat. Who likes Kira? Okay, you are no more my friends, okay? I am a type of person who hates Kira. There's a lot of types of these, herbal leaves which I completely hate. But that Gunda kitten, right? OMG. You just go give it in its mouth, it just comes and grabs it. You keep your finger, it comes and eat your finger. What can I do with that, okay? And Flash, on the other hand, I named Flash Scratch. Because one time I tried to go near Flash. My biggest mistake. Flash gave a huge scar on my left hand, and then that made me go to the hospital and check for rabies. Thank God I didn't have any. Thank God. Okay, so then Scratch and Flash, the same person, never grew close to me. Lakshmi, on the other hand, as I told, never ever even tried to lick my shoe. Oh my God. So Lakshmi and Flash will shoo them off. Not a bit fan. Kutta, I didn't tell anything about Kutta. Kutta is the only bravest kitten in entire 4 pair. Kutta bravely come. See, my mom is the type of person who does not allow these kittens to come into our house because she hates cat hair. So whenever these kittens come sniff our house, she'll take a bowl of water and spray on their face. Okay, no offense, guys. My mom's a very kind person. I tell you that. Okay, so then Kutta, Even how many times mom sprayed hot water, lukewarm water, very cold water, normal water, Kutta didn't budge at all. You kick Kutta, Kutta will come back and kick you. You bite Kutta, he'll come and bite you back. Kutta is a very friendly kitten. You would all love it. So as days passed, we started feeding it. The only person in the entire colony who ate these 3 kittens was the second floor auntie. Her name was Geeta auntie, okay? She hated because these 4 kittens, even though we were the most closest to it, will always go to Geeta auntie's house because she was very kind to animals and she will not pour water on their faces. They will go, these 4 kittens will go into the bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, into random pots. Oh my god. I mean, every morning you can hear brrr, all the metal utensils falling from the ceiling to the ground. What was it? Geeta auntie's house. Why was it the kitten center? OMG. So life was pretty well going with all these 4 kittens. Pretty well. Enjoyable, lovable, cute little. Every morning you come out of house, they go like, food. So you can hear them shouting. Until one day, okay, I came from school, finding only 3 kittens staying out of my house. The 4th one was not there. Where was it? I searched. Until finally at night, I found it like outside my gate under a car. What happened? It's quite brutal, guys. But a random car guy ran on top of it and killed it. I know, okay. And this kitten was none other than Lakshmi. The one kitten that never came to me, and only female kitten died. It was pretty, heartbreaking for me. I did not cry, maybe a little I cried. Okay, we buried Lakshmi. Followed a random infection spread. Flash, my favorite guy, also died. I again cried, but only two kittens were left. Which one were there? Kutta and Gunda, very smart, Radhe. Kutta and Gunda are still very good alive, still coming towards me, and both of them quite doing very well. If I have a chance, I'll bring them next meeting and show it to you all. Thank you, and signing off.
Your speech has really